Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 12th of December. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. This week we have CSL, Ramelius Resources, IAG, Magellan Financial and Weebit Nano. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best recommendations come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So please ensure you are getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management. So if you'd like to have a broking account with us, please give us a call, and all the advice here is general only. So this is a weekly chart of CSL. As we could see, we've still got this long-term sideways consolidation. So trending higher, then a big sideways consolidation. Short term, just move to the daily, seems to be bouncing off, finding support here at that April low. So we've got a bit of a bounce there. A bit of a bounce, a little flag, looks like it, for the short term at least, it wants to head higher. Bullish divergence with the RSI. So by that I mean that, the price bottomed here in November, if we're looking past looking at the past several weeks, but the RSI actually bottomed up here in September. So short term looks like it will head higher again. Longer term, going back to the weekly, if it breaks out of this long-term consolidation, ultimately doing that would be a very bullish sign, but still no signs of that happening yet. Ramelius, so we can see it's still trending higher since those lows in 2022. I'll just move over to the daily. We can see that it's, there was a sharp move down here sort of in November, and that's resulted in a bit of a V-shaped bounce. So because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if, near this old high, there's some kind of cooling off. Maybe it just consolidates sideways, and that will give you the next sort of opportunity, because it does look like ultimately it could sort of break that high and continue on higher. IAG, so we've looked at this one previously. We've had sort of breakout here earlier in the year, so still trending higher. If we just look at we'll go to the weekly, so you've still got that uptrend, getting close to this all-time high. Well, the high from 2019 there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does encounter, bit of resistance, bit of selling now that it's near that high, and I guess you've got a bit of support, sort of short-term support, sort of just under where it is now. So it looks like in this gap here, 830, you might find a bit of support. Otherwise, you're looking at, this prior low just above $8. Magellan, if we start with a weekly, obviously it's fallen substantially from those highs, but it does look like it has been forming a base. So a bit of a base there. You've got, and the low is sort of in the midpoint of that base. So it looks like it's building up potentially for an upside break. Short term, you can see it looked like it tried to go high, but was sold off pretty heavily. So look, bit of volatility at the moment. I think the easiest thing to do is just go back to the weekly chart and just look for an upside, a clear upside break of that base, and if it was to break, then you could get a decent move. Weebit Nano, so we've got basically the trend lower since 2023. That was broken recently. So moving to the daily chart. So we've broken the downtrend. We've had this big sort of run up in November, and then it's obviously cooling off after that move. Got this bit of a sideways range here, so I think I'd probably want to see it close above $3, and that will give me the next buy signal. But at the moment, yeah, it's doing a bit of a cooling off, but overall it's looking like it can head higher again. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have requests, send it through and we'll try to cover it next week for you.